Hey guys, how is everybody? I hope you're well. As you read the title, it's a little saw collection update. Now, this is not all of them. I have the other building out back that, I don't know, there's quite a bit more saws out there, just old home lights and stuff, and projects I've not gotten to. Stuff we've picked up at the flea market or that's been given to me, but we'll start here. We got a couple little Polands. They're about the same saw. One of them was my father-in-law's. Simple Man had gave me the other one. They both run, they'll both cut. They're cool little top handle saws. I think those were made probably somewhere. I think the one was made somewhere in the 70s, and then I think it's a 2000, maybe in the 80s or sometime, but they're cool little saws. Alright guys, here's some I keep in the cabinet. My 066, this is an old short tank saw. It's not the one we just redone. There's a video showing the whole build on this. This is the big bore saw. It ain't a real fast saw, but it has what you would call just stump pulling torque. It doesn't matter what you put it in or what bars on it. The damn old saw just pulls. I had a small fortune in restoring it and rebuilding it. Then we got the 064. I'm not liking this thing in its current state. I'm going to end up getting a nice muffler set up and putting back on it, and probably end up going back with the original air filter cover on it. It's really fast, it's zippy, but I don't know, it just ain't me. Like I said, we're going to get that back out and kind of put it back to its original state, I think. Again, that's one of those I bought and had quite some bit of money. It's a complete OEM rebuild minus a Meteor piston. Like, I ordered OEM bearings, seals, gaskets. It's got a KS cylinder, Meteor piston, like OE fuel line, and that one was done pretty good. Again, had a pretty penny in buying that and redoing it, but we'll move along. My old 046 mag, factory dual port. That's a pretty low hour saw. I need to get that out and run it more than I do. I'm thinking the last time I had it out, the fuel line was starting to get a little soft, so we'll get us a new updated fuel line and put in that. Maybe do that on video for you guys. But moving on, MS 440, it's the real deal. It's not a Chinese. I think this was the first saw that I built for Simple Man. I told him if he ever wanted to get rid of it to let me know, and you know, we ended up back with it here. I think I've only got a couple videos on the channel actually running that. We need to get it out and run it some. It's a very, very zippy saw. Very strong saw. We'll get that out and make some video on it in the future as well. 028 Super. This one's got a sad story behind it. If you've been around the channel, you'll know I bought it off a friend of the family. Seemed like 1 week he was helping me choke logs to drag out for firewood, and just like a month later he'd caught the big C, and you know, it took him out of this world. Kind of a sad story, but kind of a keepsake there to remember and buy. Little 024 Wood Boss, complete restoration. There's a video on the channel of it. I've actually got another OE cylinder to go on it. There's some stuff done with the port work I really didn't care for. It's a good strong little saw, but I've got another OE cylinder. We're going to go back into it and redo it and see if we can make it just a little more user friendly than it is right now. And this was at last. It's a 024 Super, the one we done like a 260 conversion on. I've done a lot of work with that when I done the cleanup here at the house. It runs good, but I'm thinking it might need crank seals in it. I've not put any in it. It just the tune-up on it acts kind of funky every now and then, so it's either in the carburetor or crank seals. We're going to look into that in a future video. Down here, this one I about forget about. I've been searching for a new, or not a new, but an OEM tank handle assembly to go on it. It's got some kind of bush fix on it someone's done with an L bracket, but hell, it works. I've cut wood with it. You'd be surprised how hard that old thing pulls. It's a 038 Super, the 67cc version you rarely see. And don't let the looks of that thing fool you. That thing flat out cuts. This is one of the last 026s I done. It's a pretty nice little saw. And then, you know, that's my MS360 you guys have seen all over the channel. I've had that saw going on 7 years. It's a trooper. To pull it out of there right now and it just crack right off and go to cutting wood with it. But just some bars, nothing too awful fancy. And these over here Husky mount bars. Mainly a lot of this just to keep them up out of the way. I built this cabinet back before I realized what my collection was going to turn into. Sorry guys, you'll have to ignore the dogs barking. I don't know what's going on. Somebody's probably walking up the property next to mine or something, but that's fine, they can bark. We'll start this shelf and you'll have to forgive me. I'm working with the wood splitter and a 4-wheeler and a big trash can here in the way, and I do plan on redoing this shop completely. I've got to build another building for storage before I do so, but that's going to come by the end of summer. We'll probably share that as we do it, but you can see yellow fever. This ain't all of them. I've got more of these damn things out in the other shed, but picked this one up as a parts unit, but I believe it's savable. It's old 1-70. It had good compression when I got it here. Didn't have any spark, and it's missing the clutch and the recoil, and these are right hand start, but I think I've got enough stuff here to convert it to left hand start. Might be a project we get into. I'd shown it. It's got some mystery engine in it. I couldn't find what it was by the numbers, but I don't know. There's a video on that somewhere as well where I unbox it and then show the serial numbers on the motor. But the Mac 300, there's multiple videos on here of that, and I have some of these in parts out there in the shed too, like the 250s and 1-dash saws. And then here's the 1-70. This one actually runs. There's video on the channel of it running and cutting. I think I had to do carb work, and I put an ignition chip on it to get it to run. Again, they're right-hand start saw. But this one has 1-70 right on the cylinder, right on the block, as to where this one had some other numbers. So, I don't know. I've never inspected it. Just kind of set it on the shelf. You know, we get them out and run them every now and then, but they're shelf queens. I've had thoughts of selling the whole damn shelf. I don't know. If somebody offered enough money, I probably would, but and that ain't what this is about. This ain't no for sale, but you know, money talks. We got one of the really nice Pro Max 700s, the Professional. That saw runs like a champ. I just had it running a week or two ago. Video on the channel of it running and cutting. Super Pro 81, recent video showing it run. And Super Pro 80. I may have those in here backwards. Nope, that's the 80. This is the 81 here, and this is the 80. I kind of got them mixed up, but the 80's a lot nicer than the 80. The 81 is a lot nicer than the 80. The 80's had a lot more use on it, but same bar and chain, same piece of wood. This 80 will kick the shit out of that 81. I think a lot of it's just the muffler and the adjustable carb on the Super Pro 80 though. We'll move on down here, and I may have to pull some of these out. This video may be lengthy, but whatever. This is one I done, kind of a custom build. 1010 chassis, old school 1010, but it has a Pro Mac 1010S engine assembly put into it. This is one of my just Pro Mac 1010s. I think this is the bone stock one. I know it by the handle. Then over here we have my, should be my really nice Mpght 1010. It's really dirty right now, but it cleans up in a nice saw. That one's ported. Same piece of wood, same bar and chain. I think it was about an 18-inch piece of oak I was in. It's on the channel somewhere, but it beats this one by about 3 seconds, or it come out probably like, I don't know, 30% or something, but you can search for it and find it. Back there we have a mini Mac. I bought a carb kit for that, just never put it in it. This one's a bone stock Mpght 1010. I just recently picked it up. Okay, this is the other one I have. This is not a Mpght, but it's just a Mac 1010 automatic. Yeah, this one should have a decomp. It does. This one's one I done and put a I don't know what someone's wrapped the handlebar in on that, but it's nice. This one has a Mpght 700 engine in it that's been ported. Kind of a sleeper kind of deal. Looking at it, you think it's just an old Mac 1010 automatic, but has the 700 engine in it. And then here is my Mpght 55 that we kind of done a restoration on. Good looking, good running saw, been rebuilt. It's had a port job done on it. That's all the Macs I have here in the shop. I think there may be another one here somewhere. We'll figure that out when we get down to the next shelf or two. Alright, next shelf, and you may have to forgive me if I get some of these mixed up. I've got some lights burning in here and some out, but I really like these things. It's a Mpht 038 or MS 380. It was a kit saw. I think I ended up buying 2 or 3 different cylinders before I got a good one. It seems it's hard for somebody to make a good cylinder for one of these. I don't know what the deal is. The original one, the port layout on it was garbage. The second one I got, the port timing was horrible. And then this third one, everything seemed to be good. It ain't a real fast saw, but it's really torquey, and it ain't no slouch either. Lots of video of that cutting on the channel. It's had a lot of time put on it. 044 MS 440 kit saw. I think the whole build of that's on the channel. Damn strong running saw. It's been a trooper build going on 3 years. It fire right up and cut wood right now. MS 460 kit saw. This kit kind of drove me crazy. It was missing parts, and I swear guys, I think I had to cut 60 thousandths off of the base of the cylinder of that, no joke, and that was before I got a lathe. If I showed how I done it, you guys would think I was crazy or even wonder how the damn thing performs at all. But that saw was a beast. Should be some recent video of that cutting on the channel. You just have to go back through some videos, but that saw flat out gets with it. And the first Mpht 066 I built, or 660. It ain't the strongest or baddest one I've built, but it's a good consistent build. It always starts easy, it runs good. You can throw it in a mill. It's milled a lot of lumber. Again, you know, it ain't the baddest one I've built, but it does pretty good for a $300 Chinese saw. Then what do we got down here? Okay, I think this is the 272 I done with the 266 top end. It's like a Frankenstein saw. Once we got the ignition timing dialed in on that, and there's not even a key in it, I used a 66 crank with 72 cases, and it made dialing in the ignition a flat out pain in the ass, but I've got it nailed right now. It's dialed in. Video on the channel of that. Very strong saw. Okay, this is my 372 kit saw. There's video of it all over the channel. I have built a few of these. It's the most recent one, I guess. This build's going on 3 years old as well. Full wrap. It's a big bore saw. Has a Duke's big bore. If you're buying a big bore, get one from the Duke, or actually just use the Mpght big bore. But you know, you may need a lathe and have to do some machine work. But his recent video of this on the channel cutting with 28 on it and that hickory outside. And then this is the 660 that we blew up. Had a little red barn piston in it. It grenaded. I thought it had took the cases out, but they're JB welded up, patched back together. It's a pretty damn hot build. It's got a vane crank in it. Lots of port work, lots of machine work. I think it beat that 066 I'd done a few months back. It was muffler modded, very lightly ported on the exhaust side. It beat that saw by something like 33% or something, so you know, it makes it probably close to 40% stronger than the stock 066. You know, you pick up a lot from a muffler mod on one, guys, more than you would think. And then this is my 395 XP Farmer Tech. Every time I get that damn thing out, I have issues with it. The last time it wasn't nothing mechanical. I got it hung up and just pulled on it the least little bit and the handlebar broke. But we've got a highway handlebar on it. It feels stout. It feels just as good as an OEM handle. So, I don't know. We need to get that back out one day. And first time I took it out, the problems with the clutch. I got it out again and actually busted a rim sprocket. I hadn't never had that happen, but had it happen on this. And then got it out again, and the inside of the muffler come apart. Had to put a different muffler on it. It's just been there was some stuff in that kit. I should have waited, you know, till they said, it was the first, as soon as they notified me those kits were available, I put the order in on the kit. First run of the mill, there was a lot of stuff didn't really fit right, had to be massaged. Some stuff made pretty cheap, but whatever it is, what it is. I've got it pretty well lined out now. Like I said, we need to get it back out and show you guys how it actually runs. Thing made 245 or 250 psi before the ring was even seated on it, so I don't know where it's at now. Who knows? What do we got here? That is my really nice 365 that I restored, redone. Plastic don't look that good. It's been painted competition orange with a single stage acrylic enamel 2-part automotive paint. There's video on the channel of that. It's about a complete OE build on it. Really nice, really strong saw for what it is. And then I think this is 288. This is one of the last jump pile 288s I built. It's a real high strung saw. I put it together kind of as a cookie cutter, but I have had it out and had it in bigger wood. It does just fine. I do have another OE 288 cylinder here I think's repairable. I'm probably going to get out and go through it and get that back on it to make more of a work saw out of it. Not to say it ain't a good work saw now, but it's just a little too high strung and a little zippy. The cylinder that's on it had some damage to the exhaust port, and I had to raise the crap out of the exhaust roof to fix it. So, you know, it is what it is, and it still had some scratches and stuff in it I didn't like, but at the end of the day, it is a good running saw, though. Let's see which one that is. That's a John's Red 2171. It's got 2166 plastic on it. I need to get another handle for it. That one's cracked. Might be able to fix it, but I just recently mixed and matched some parts up and put that one together. It ain't like a perfect saw, but it ain't too bad looking either. It's got a big bore top end on it. Good strong build. And then here's my little nicer 2171, the one we just redone, put the OEM top end back on. That saw was strong and torquey, but it went a little low with the exhaust roof on it. I've not ran it a lot because the fuel line started leaking I actually forgot about it till now, but 371 I just done for Justin Weaver. I'm pretty sure I kicked the shit out of it. This one might be a little torqueier, but it ain't nowhere near as zippy and doesn't have nowhere near the chain speed. But I swear, guys, I think I left that thing with like a 107 roof. Wherever the roof landed after the machine work is where I left it. But we may or may not go back into it. It's not that big of an issue either. And what do we got down here? I think 455 Rancher. Yeah. That thing was a nightmare saw. You fix one thing, something else go all to hell on it. As of right now, it's an unusable saw. We'll leave it at that. And that would be my 61. Lots of video on the channel on that. I'd actually set it up as like a cookie cutter play saw, but it's super torquey. You can use it for work. It's got a, what's weird on the 60s, on the 272 and 266 seem to have a taller piston. A lot of guys do that in the 372 cylinders, but if you put a 365 special in these, you either have to cut the pop up into the piston or do what I done on this one and cut a bunch of material out of the squish band. I'm thinking that saw has somewhere around 225, 230 psi. Good strong running saw, and it is a 48mm open port setup. It's running on a 272 carb. Lots of videos on the channel of that. And then these last two is Krusty, and I guess Krusty number 2, I guess. I don't know. This one's one we done the 50mm build on. There's video just like last week of it on the channel. They're more of cookie cutter play saw kind of deal, but honestly, you could, you know, if running good sharp chains, you could still work with either one of them. And I did line the clutch situation out on Krusty. I just ordered a complete matching new clutch drum and bearing set. For some reason or another, that fixed it. And honestly, you got to do the same thing with the one beside of it, because it's John Zerd cases and a John Zerd crank as well. And the clutch on it ain't near as sloppy, but it could just be the Farmer Tech clutch and or the Farmer Tech bearings that I've been using. I don't know. They fit the Farmer Tech stuff pretty good though. And I'm sorry if this video's long and boring, but I hadn't shown an update to the saw collection probably since we had like 2,000 or 3,000 subs, and we're closing in on 10,000 now, so I thought I'd share some of the saws we've got around here with you guys. Farmer Tech 880, it is ported, pretty hot build. Ain't nothing you can't set it in. It's just a freaking beast. Once you've run that, they all feel weak after that for some reason. And then the last shelf that's in here, and there's, you know, more saws sitting under benches and stuff that we probably won't even get into. Back here, and I'm sorry if this video's horrible, but I thought I'd shoot something for you guys. Let's see, that would be a Poland wood shark picked up at flea market. Nothing special there. They're about identical to the Wild Things. Like the one you see here, that one's ported. I've done it for my wife, but she ran it and absolutely hated how the vibration those things put off, especially if you're in any kind of dense wood at all, is horrible. And back here we got the JK Saw Shop built. It says 51, but it's a 50. He put a 55 top end on it, I think, the 028 Super Piston. We kind of traded around a little work. Good strong running little saw. There's video of it on the channel. And then here's one of my favorite saws, believe it or not. It's the Craftsman 3.3. Guys, I picked up something like 40% over it being muffler modded. And, you know, same piece of wood, same bar and chain with this thing. This thing is freaking stout for what it is. It kind of blew my mind, and it's not what you would think. It's not a real high compression build, but it is strong. You can lean on it. It is fast. I I don't know, just it's one of those I really like. It don't weigh a lot, it's smooth to run. It's the same as like your old high top Polands, like a 3450 or 330, or I'm not real fluent on the numbers of those, but it's the same saw as your old high tops. MS 170 we just redone. Thinking about redoing it again. I've got an OE cylinder here. I got to do a little bit of research though before I do it. I'd like to be able to squeak some more compression out of it. But at the end of the day, it's a 170, and you know, we made some pretty good gains on it. It runs pretty good. Then my 362C, I think the next thing we're going to do on that is do a timing advance. We've done the bark box, I've done the high flow filtration system, 24-inch lightweight bar. Right now it's running an Oregon LGX chain. For what it is, it's a strong ass saw. Don't let anyone tell you they're not. If they do, they're full of shit. If someone tells you these are weak, either they got a bad one that was junk, or I don't know, or they're just full of shit. And then this is one of my favorite builds, the Echo 4910. It was a kind of a low roof, short blowdown build. It seemed to really like it. Believe it or not, I don't know about now with the air filter, but with just the bark box on it, this saw would hang right with this one, and it has like 9-10 cc's on it. Probably faster depending on what wood you was in, because this thing, I've got that saw tuned at 15 grand. It has a low exhaust roof, if that tells you anything. It's fast and has a shit ton of torque for a 50cc build. And back here we have my 200T, and then the wife's 192 TC, aka Pinkie Pie. Both of those ported. Both of them had the shit ran out of them. They both troopers. They'll fire right up. Run as long as you want to run them. I've got a squat down there next to a big bucket of bars and chains I've got to go through and do something with. We have some other saws. Right here is a little Husky 41 I forgot I had that probably needs to go out to the other building. I picked that up off an old man at the flea market. Home Light Super XL Auto. I think that's the one that I put together out of scrap parts and got to run. And right here is that last 066 that I built. Done the restoration on, you know, we painted it and everything. Made a damn nice saw, and it was a damn strong saw. I need to run it against that real strong 660. I don't think there'd be a lot of difference between them. It's got one of the older cylinders on it. Damn strong saw. What is that? That's the Poland 295 Pro. Lots of video of that on the channel. It's muffler modded, timing advance. It's a strong running saw for what it is. Then here's the Super XL Auto. Had a video on it a week or so ago. That's the one my uncle gave me. We went through and ported it. For what it is, it's a strong saw. And what the hell is this? Oh, that's my okay, that's my 340 346 build. I have thinned out some saws too here, guys, so if there's something you ain't seeing, I probably got rid of it. And then here's an XL 130. All I've done was put a fuel line in it and a carb kit and got it running, and guys, I ain't touched it since then. I got some other people's saws here I'm working on, no need to show those, but in a nutshell, guys, that's mainly all the good ones in my collection. Like I said, that other building out back, there's probably 24 saws out there sitting in it as well. But anyway, thought I'd share this with you guys. Y'all take it easy. Thank you for watching. Have a great day.